Hello YouTube, this is the Dbtgamer Show, episode 159, part 2. Today I'm reviewing Diddy Racing for the Nintendo 64. If you haven't watched part 1, you go back and watch it. I've covered quite a lot of stuff so far. I talked about graphics, story, controls, music, and gameplay, and some of the good sides of this game. I also made a few comparisons from this game as opposed to the DS version. Now let's pick up where I left off. I'm going to talk about now some of the tracks in the game. In the adventure mode, throughout the game you have to collect golden balloons, and these golden balloons unlock more tracks. And you get one golden balloon every time you win a race, and you can sometimes find golden balloons around the island in secret areas. Lots of the tracks in this game are actually really good. Lots of the tracks have certain themes as well. I mean, in the dinosaur world, you've got dinosaur themed tracks. You've got one that's based on a volcano. In most of the dinosaur themed tracks, you've got dinosaurs chasing around after. You've got pterodactyls flying in the air. You've got brachiosaurus and loads of different dinosaurs. So I really liked the different track themes you've got throughout the game. There's a wide variety and just a really nice set of tracks. Let's talk about a few more things. One of the unique things about this game that isn't really featured in that many racing games besides Mario Kart is the battle stages. Now the way battle stages work is basically, in certain tracks, you will find in a secret area a key, and you can use this key to unlock a battle stage. And there are 4 battle stages throughout the game, and these battle stages have certain objectives to complete so you can cut the TT amulet. Each stage can be quite difficult. The first stage, as you can see, is an aerial battle between one standard player and one computer and 3 computer players. And the object of the first one is to collect 3 eggs and hatch them before the other 3 characters do this. The second battle stage is basically a fight to the death, last man standing sort of deal, and you have to blow each other up with missiles in a water sort of stage. The next one is basically the same as this, but instead of being on water, you're in an ice cavern and you have to shoot missiles at each other, and you're driving cars instead. And the final one, you basically collect a certain item and you deposit these items in a treasure chest whilst keeping the other players off you. So I really like the battle stages. It was a nice change of pace to racing all the time. These battle stations weren't actually featured in the DS's main story. You had to unlock them, and I sort of missed them when I played the DS version. Throughout the game, there's lots of bosses, and some of the bosses can be really difficult. And each boss also has a higher difficulty level as well. Because each boss, you have to race them twice throughout the main story. First time they're pretty easy and they're not too bad, but the second time they have a few more tricks up their sleeve and they can be quite a lot harder. And the other thing that's different to the DS version is that in the N64 version, the actual bosses have voice acts and they all talk, and they sometimes say some quite funny things, and it's nice that they talk, whereas in the DS version they had no voice and basically no personality, which was kind of annoying and kind of irritating. The bosses tend to cheat a little bit by starting before it says go, but once you figure out how the track works and manage to get your turbo start to work, you'll eventually beat them after a few attempts. After doing the first few races of the game, and after beating the boss the first time, you will come to something called the Silver Coin Challenge. The Silver Coin Challenge is one of the hardest parts of the game because basically you have to collect 8 silver coins whilst driving around the racetrack and trying to keep in pole position. And you also have to win the race whilst collecting these silver coins, which can be really, really difficult. This wasn't even in the DS version. It was also a new extra which you had to unlock. And the Silver Coin Challenge is really, really difficult. The Silver Coin Challenge is one of the main reasons why I've never actually beaten Adventure 2 in the N64 version. So the Silver Coin Challenge was really difficult. Another thing that's really cool about this game is if you go to the options menu and go down to magic codes and go onto the internet and get some of these codes, you can unlock certain extras throughout the game. One of the best extras which me and my sister used throughout our childhoods hundreds of times just so we could play the story mode in 2-player was a code known as Joint Venture. If you type this code in, you can play the adventure mode in 2-player mode, and it's quite a lot of fun to bring a friend along when you play in the story mode. It also increases the chances of finishing the game. Another piece that's really great about this game, you can copy data to a memory card so that you can take it to your friend's house without taking your cartridge with you. Pretty useful feature. Another thing that's really good about this game is also Adventure 2. Adventure 2 is basically a mirror mode of the first adventure, and it's quite a bit harder. There's also a secret world after during the first 4 worlds, which is a spaceship which continues the game's story, and it's quite difficult. But other than that, YouTube, I can't really think of any more good stuff about this game, so let's go to my complaints. Also, YouTube, there's another good thing about this game, which I forgot to mention in the review. There's also island challenges, where throughout the game you will be challenged by the genie to a race, and they're pretty fun, although they're pretty easy. It's just a basic race around the island. And it's quite helpful to do these challenges if you want to learn the grounds of the island. Now, my complaints about Diddy Kong Racing for the Nintendo 64, I have basically no complaints about this game. I have only one minor complaint, and the minor complaint is this game gets kind of repetitive because the game itself, most of the tracks throughout the main story, you will race at least 5 times on each one, and it can get a little bit repetitive. But other than that, this is a really good N64 game, and it's way better than the DS version, and it's definitely well worth buying, and it's definitely well worth playing. I give this game a well-deserved 4 out of 5. My next review, YouTube, will be Final Fantasy IV, The After Years on the WiiWare. But I haven't got time for that today, so I will do that one next time. Until then, bye!